Mr. Abid Rasool, Congress representative first from Hyderabad, must be terribly embarrassing for the Congress party now to have to give in after all this spirited defense of the Home Minister. To now have to give in just before the Parliament session must be tremendously embarrassing for Congress leaders.
No, I don't think so. Our Home Minister has been very open and he has said that the words what he has used may have been wrong and he has regretted for it.
Why didn't he say so
but
earlier?
The fact remains, the fact remains, Mr. Arnab, that terrorism has no color and no religion. But terrorism also has organizations behind it. Those organizations need to be identified and we need to take strong actions against these organizations. Our country faces these things with a strong hand. That is where BJP and Congress and all the
if the Home Minister has no basis to say something, then why did he say it? I mean, that's the question here. Meenakshi Lekhi, let me get... No, one second.
We have been, one sec, let me clarify. We have been debating this and we have been coming to the point...
So what were you defending? You were defending the indefensible because the Minister is now himself...
The words and language which he has used was wrong. He has told that the same thing today, that the words what I have used is wrong, but definitely...
No, were the words wrong or the facts wrong? He says the BJP runs terror outfits. Were the words wrong or the facts wrong?
That is what I'm saying. The words, no, the fact in the sense that there are organizations. He should not have named them as BJP and all that he has regretted. But they are definitely organizations, both on the two sides.
Meenakshi Lekhi, your response to that and also my question to you is this. It seems a little bit, I'm sorry to say, a little mock battle, isn't it today? Mock battle between the BJP and the Congress. Bit set up.
No,
bit set up, this whole apology, expression of regret.
What is a setup?
The setup, the whole apology, the quick response of the BJP.
No.
You got the political mileage you wanted to and hence it was let go now. That's why it was set up.
No. It was not a setup because had it been a setup, it would have happened earlier. He's cracked under pressure and I'm not really happy with the Congress spokesperson who's trying to suggest a few things without so stating. I mean, I think this is a wicked strategy of the Congress and the man has proved himself to be a reckless man who can make statements unmindful of the consequences. And the consequences are that here is a Home Minister of India who's playing gallery to...
I'm sorry, Meenakshi Lekhi, 1 second. Is it a coincidence? Am I hallucinating? Or is it true that this morning the BJP had a fairly big rally, they gave speeches on the subject, they established, they said all that they had to. Rajnath Singh spoke, Arun Jaitley spoke, Sushma Swaraj spoke. And about 6.5 hours later, Sushil Shinde apologized. Within 15 minutes of the apology, the BJP said, okay, don't do it next time, we let go. This sequence of events.
What else?
It seems a bit...
You tell me, if a man takes 6.5 hours, I think when you say you're hallucinating, I would not go to the extent that you're hallucinating, but I would say you're probably reading more than required.
No, the timing is incredible, isn't it? This is one of the remarkable things, remarkable coincidence.
Allow me, Arnab. This is unfair that you're not letting me speak. You've made a point, you have said that whether I'm hallucinating or I'm not, now I am responding to that. And my response to that is that this dharna was announced a few days back and I think someone had to be on the Parliament street to know the impact of the dharna. Unfortunately, most of the channels kept focusing on the stage and not on the crowd. And if anyone had focused on the crowd, you would have seen the kind of anger which was going on. And
no, this is a mock battle because you've decided. You've decided. First you said we won't let Parliament function. Then you let Parliament function.
What are you talking?
No, I'm telling you the facts.
6.5 hours for making a decision.
No. It's not about 6.5 hours. It's not about 6.5 hours.
Would not have functioned.
No, Meenakshi Lekhi, it's not about 6.5 hours.
You would have preferred Parliament not functioning for your cameras, or you would have preferred Parliament functioning so that
it's not 6.5 hours.
I think
it's not 6.5 hours, and you know and I know that neither are you in a hallucinatory bubble and neither am I, because despite his remarks on Saffron terror, Chidambaram did not apologize.
I am saying
Chidambaram did not apologize. No, I'm not. I'll tell you, even while clarifying.
Apologize?
1 second. Even while clarifying his stand.
Yes, I agree. I was coming to that. I am not happy with his regret. I am not happy personally.
But your party is.
Because when
your party
made a statement,
your party is happy enough to let go.
Because Parliament, you see, I think if we were not happy, there would be a section of media, I'm not saying you or others, but there will be a section of media which will run the story that BJP does not want Parliament to function.
No, you don't have to respond on the basis of what the media says. I'm sorry, Meenakshi Lekhi.
No, you have to because you are creating an opinion in the public.
I thought the political party's responsibility is to create opinion.
And if BJP is acting with responsibility, you're reading into it.
No,
we are acting with responsibility.
You are supposed to have a position.
No, he's taken his word. He's eaten a crow. I think that is enough. But personally, I would have preferred, like in his statement, he said BJP and RSS are running terror camps. I would have preferred, in his statement, he had mentioned that I made a mistake of calling BJP
Zafar-e-Ab Jilani, is the matter settled?
Running terror camps.
Zafar-e-Ab Jilani from Lucknow, now that the BJP and the Congress seem to have settled it internally, is the issue itself settled? Is the controversy itself settled, in your view?
No. You see, just now Meenakshi was saying that he has not at all absolved BJP RSS from running the camp. He has absolved the party, no doubt. But camps can be run even in those offices which may not be very important for the party leaders. And moreover, this is a practice of the Congress party that's not new. You may remember that when the last election was held in UP, in Azamgarh one statement was given in the presence of Mr. Rahul Gandhi. At Delhi another statement was given by Congress. So this is a practice of the Congress party, not for BJP. It is directed so far as Muslims are concerned, to please them and to have these votes of the Muslims secured on this, only on these statements. But I am happy that BJP has not gone much further, and Parliament is permitted to proceed in accordance with the routine. Therefore, let Parliament be held. I am not going to comment upon the intention of the BJP leaders. They have accepted their apology, very good. I think that they have acted very wisely, that they should not have proceeded further.
Mr. Jauhar, is the issue settled? Forget the arrangement between the BJP and the Congress today. They've come to an arrangement. What about the issue? Is the issue settled?
Well, Arnab, I don't see what has actually happened. What has happened is that the Home Minister has said that he regrets having used the word BJP and RSS for blaming them for organizing terrorist training camps. But he has not disowned the fact that certain events which are branded as terror acts committed by certain fringe elements of Hindu extremist groups, that remains a fact. Well, allow me, if you may, the word terrorism per se says pursuit of violence in the pursuit of political objectives. From that point of view, a lot of jihadi terrorism gets excluded from the definition of terrorism, and the only terrorism that we recently have seen lately is the Godhra carnage and the post-Godhra, the Sabarmati carnage, the fake encounters perpetrated in the name of law and order. So that is political pursuit, use of violence in political pursuit. As far as Mr. Shinde's regret or expression of regret is concerned, I welcome it partially, because he used the language that BJP and RSS were engaged in conducting training camps. Insofar as BJP is concerned, I think it's a political, national recognized political party, and the Home Minister ought not to have said that. But he did use the word Saffron terror. Now, if that is objectionable, then how are you going to refer to terrorist activities perpetrated by a section of Muslims? Do we call them Muslim terrorism, Islamic terrorism, jihadi terrorism? By any name, you are associating it with a religious community. Now, what happens if the terrorists happen to be Hindus? I ask BJP to give a name so that you.
What do you mean give a name?
And we can use it.
No, what do you mean give a name? No, what are you asking the BJP? What do you mean give a name? 1 minute, Meenakshi Lekhi, before. What do you mean? You say I asked the BJP give a name. Please explain yourself.
The terrorist acts committed by people like Colonel Purohit, Sadhvi Pragya, etc. If we want to use a generic name for such terrorist acts, what is the name that BJP would like us to use?
Meenakshi Lekhi,
you seem to have convicted them before there's a judgment on them.
I am sitting with an affidavit of a gentleman called Abrar Ahmed, who was arrested vis-a-vis Malegaon blast, and in that affidavit he said that who he was in touch with, and he gives a detail of Dr. Pradeep Pawar in Nasik, etc., Abdul Wahid, ATS, and so on and so forth, and Rashid Delvi. And then at the end, this gentleman says that I regret having committed these acts, and I was surprised to see Sadhvi Pragya that innocent people are being labeled as terrorists when the acts so
why don't you are you quoting selectively? Are you quoting selectively? Are you quoting selectively? Are you quoting selectively?
I am.
There is a 4,000.
I am holding the paper in my hand.
No, that's all right.
I am holding the paper
there is a 4,000. That's all right. The 4,000 page chart sheet. Do you have 4,000 pages with you?
And then
do you have 4,000 pages with you?
I have a certified copy with me.
Do you have 4,000 pages of the chart sheet with you?
Nonsense the way others do.
No, do you have 4,000 pages of a chart sheet with you?
I am sitting with a document in my hand, and I want Mr. Shinde to respond to this.
No,
I am sitting with an Urdu affidavit. I am sitting with an English translation. I am sitting with a Hindi translation. I will not. I'm willing to give it to you, and I want you to run a story on this. If you have.
1 second, we are getting a response. No, 1 second. 1 second. The charge sheet named Colonel Purohit as the main conspirator who provided the explosives, Pragya Singh Thakur as the prime accused who arranged for the men and planted the explosives.
I want to tell you something
more. What about the charge
I want
sheet?
to tell you something more, Arnab.
What about the charge sheet?
Just give me 2 minutes. Just give me 2 minutes. Give me 2 minutes. Colonel Purohit happens to be a person who continues to be in service of Government of India even during the period these acts seem to have been committed.
No, I'm not getting. What is the bigger point?
This person, there is a Maharashtra Legislative Assembly resolution.
No, 1 second. What is the bigger point being made? Gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen.
Mohan Bhagwat and Indresh Kumar.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I'm sorry, you allow me to complete, because I think a lot of things are going around which are unverified, and I'm speaking from the documents.
A larger point is being made.
Documents, and I want Mr. Jilani and the gentleman who spoke just before
Hassan
me
Jawhar
to answer this. If
and Abid
there
Rasool.
are RSS people involved, they want to kill RSS people. Mr. Rasool, if RSS people are involved, they want to kill RSS people. What are you trying to implicate? And who are you implicating?
No, have you even tried to understand the kind of conspiracy which is going on?
Okay, one at a time, Meenakshi Lekhi, please, one at a time. We haven't even gone to Rahul Ishwar yet and to Rahul Narvekar. 1 second, we are getting 2 responses. I am only going to make a point. Remember, Meenakshi Lekhi, on January 21st, 2009, ATS of Maharashtra filed a charge sheet. The case went to the NIA in I think 2011. There is a 4,000 page charge sheet, and you know that 4,000 page charge sheet claims 1 minute, and let's not therefore put up a document and say that is your ultimate truth. Responses from Mr. Rasool first.
I'm not just putting up a listen to me. I want
Meenakshi Lekhi, listen to the other view.
And first thing,
listen to the other view.
There was a Malegaon blast.
No, 1 second.
There was a blast in 2008.
1 second. 1 second.
Have been released in 2005.
1 second. Meenakshi Lekhi.
This is a document of a person who was involved in 2005
Meenakshi Lekhi.
and 2008.
Meenakshi
Lekhi. This document out of 10
Meenakshi Lekhi, now you must listen to the other side. Meenakshi Lekhi, with all respect, listen to the other side. The other side is making a point to you today. You've scored a political victory ahead of the budget session of Parliament, but that's it. That's the point they are making. It's a political victory ahead of the budget session of Parliament. The issue is not dead. Mr. Rasool first.
No.
Mr. Rasool first.
I want
Mr. Rasool first. Mr. Rasool first of the Congress Party.
Mr.
Rasool, please.
Clearly, no, I don't think she will let me speak. You have to give me a chance to speak, madam. Now, basically, what we are saying is very clear that the terrorism has no colors, it has no religion. As long as there is a terrorist, we all need to condemn it, and our party and I personally condemn it. Now, why Meenakshi is getting so surcharged and so disturbed about this, I don't understand. The point is, we were discussing Mr. Shinde's remarks. Mr. Shinde has withdrawn his remarks, and the Parliament, please, we have listened to you patiently. Mr. Shinde has withdrawn the remarks, and we are going ahead on the Parliament. What I would like to submit is Parliament cannot be held to be stopped for every issue and all issues. Parliament is an integral part of democracy, and it needs to run to address all these problems, what BJP has, what we have, what the common man have. But as far as
Rahul Narvekar,
Mr. Rasool, with due respect to you and the Parliament of India, please appreciate that it is the Congress party which is responsible for the stalling of the parliament. If Mr. Shinde regrets his comments today, he could have very well regretted his comments 30 days back. He could have made a statement then.
Mr. Rasool, 1 minute.
With the fear of stalling parliament, if you make such statements and give apologies, the nation is smart enough to understand and bear one thing in mind. Please bear
Mr. Rasool, one minute. Can I please 1 minute? Can I please request you? Gentlemen, will you one at a time, please? I request you, please. In the interest of the Newshour viewer tonight, Mr. Rasool, you made your point. I'm allowing the Shiv Sena representative to counter you right now for 1 minute, please. Yes, go ahead,
Mr. Rasool, and this is not a Mr. Shinde-centric issue. This is a Congress-centric issue. It is not. Mr. Shinde is not the first Home Minister of the Congress party to have made this comment. Even Mr. Chidambaram, who was the Home Minister, has made a similar comment. This only reflects the pseudo-secular ideology of the Congress party, the appeasement policy of the Congress party, and that has been badly exposed today. And you have only been made to retract your statement because of the fear of the opposition protesting in Parliament and Mr. Shinde being singled out. And that's the only reason why he's come out today and apologized. So let's not play this farce of being the custodians of secularism in our country. Your pseudo-secular tactics have been badly exposed in the country by both your Home Ministers, Mr. Chidambaram as well as Mr. Shinde.
Home Minister personally may have used some words which he has withdrawn.
Mr. Rasool, two successive Home Ministers use the same line. This certainly is the line of the Congress party and not of an individual. Can you explain this so-called coincidence of two Home Ministers making identical statements?
Why was there no regret earlier? I'm only wondering here.
Absolutely.
Why was there? You see, 1 minute. Why? If you make a mistake and you make a mistake which is potentially damaging to yourself, in fact, to the government and to the representation of the truth, why don't you apologize earlier? If you had apologized earlier, there would have been no polarization. There would have been no issue. Mr. Rahul Narvekar would have had no issue. Meenakshi Lekhi would have had no issue.
Arnab, the point
No, Rahul Ishwar also. 1 minute, let's get Rahul Ishwar in. Rahul Ishwar also would have had no issue on the subject. You have handed over an issue and you have rescued yourself politically ahead of the budget session because you don't want it to go out of control. In other words, there is no consistency on these critical issues. Rahul Ishwar, your position on this. The government's brokered peace, but 3 of our panelists say today the issue is not dead. This is a short-term political arrangement.
Arnab, may I come in?
Rahul Ishwar, please.
Arnabji, there seems to be a view in Congress. There seems to be a view in Congress which was echoed by Sri Rahul Gandhi itself earlier to Timothy Romer, according to WikiLeaks, that the so-called Hindu extremism is a bigger threat. As a normal Indian, I am pained. Are we not giving handles for the Pakistani propaganda machinery to further their agenda? Are we not embarrassing ourselves in front of the world? So this seems to be a bad thing, and Shinde Sahab, I believe he didn't apologize. He just expressed the regret. If you are linking one saffron color to terrorism, tomorrow if many people ask what is the color of Ajmal Amir Kasab's terrorism, we will be left answerless. I don't want to see Kasab as a Muslim terrorist. I want to see him as a Pakistani terrorist who attacked India. Let us not link religion or color to it. He could have been more unambiguous in apologizing. And one more thing.
No, 1 second. Rahul Ishwar, let's not attach color, but please don't jump. My question to you is, Meenakshi Lekhi, allow me to complete. Don't attach color, but don't also be in denial. You see, Meenakshi Lekhi, Rahul Narvekar and Rahul Ishwar, with great respect to all 3 of you.
May I come in?
With great respect, and you know how much respect I have. The fact is there have been incidents of terror across India where the accused have had links to organizations which have associations with organizations with which the Sangh Parivar and the BJP have links. So these bigger links, don't expect people to put blinkers and say we are not going to talk. You score a political victory, you take as much mileage out of it. Don't use the opportunity to put blinkers on. I know I interrupted Rahul Ishwar.
You book him, you try him, you convict him and you punish him.
Sure, but don't make it...
Why are you making it an organization-centric issue or a religion-centric issue? By doing that, you are doing nothing short of giving a hate speech. If you can book Akbaruddin Owaisi for giving a hate speech in Hyderabad.
1 second.
You should also book Mr. Shinde for giving a hate speech.
Oh, that's a stretching it. Mr. Rasool, please. 1 second. Mr. Rasool, please. Mr. Rasool, that's taking it a bit far. Mr. Rasool, please. Your response to what the Shiv Sena representative just said.
No. What Mr. Shiv Sena representative is saying is definitely something which needs to be answered in a proper way. What we have been, our party, saying is that there is no color to terrorism, but there are some organizations behind terrorism.
That's not what your party is saying, Mr. Rasool. That's not what your party is saying.
Let me answer.
I'll tell you how your argument goes flat.
No,
let him
what we are saying. What the Home Minister has said, he has regretted and he has withdrawn. I think you don't need to further take up that issue.
Both the Home Ministers successively say the same thing.
Clear. No, our party stand is very clear. A terrorist is a terrorist. There's no colors attached to it.
Mr. Rasool, this seems to be more than just a coincidence that two of your Home Ministers successively make the same statement. This is the line of the Congress party. This is the ideology.
You're all very
secular ideology of the Congress party.
I know that your side of the political fabric has won a victory today, but I think that you're gloating a little bit too much, because the fact is Shinde was not shooting in the dark. The previous Home Minister also was not shooting in the dark. The Home Secretary, Meenakshi Lekhi, the Home Secretary of the Government of India, released a list of 10 people with their associations, who have in the past have had associations linked to the Sangh Parivar. Now don't make me put the names out. You want the names? Sunil Joshi, Sandeep Dange, Lokesh Sharma, Swami Asimanand, Rajendra Alay Samundar, Mukesh Vasani, Devender Gupta, Chandrasekhar Leve, Kamal Chauhan, Ramji Kal Sangra. Yes, please. Please answer. I just gave the names up.
Can I answer?
Yeah, please give the name. Yeah, please go ahead.
I'll tell you the name. I'll tell you the name of Tripura councillor's son, who was a Congress worker and a Congress corporator's son, who was involved in terrorist activities very recently. Then we have seen the former fisheries minister called Mohammad Surti in Gujarat, who was tried for and convicted by the court for terrorist activities of planting bombs in Surat. And the entire family, his sons were also involved in
you are
that.
linking some
Then
local instances of gangsterism you are comparing local instances of gangsterism with the Ajmer Sharif, Mecca Masjid and Malegaon blast.
People who are involved with TADA. I'm sorry, these are people involved with TADA. Allow me to complete. And this is unfair that when I'm giving you data, as much data as you have read, allow me to complete
Let her complete. One second, Mr. Rasool, she has the right to complete.
There is no color to terrorism, but there are Congress people who are involved in terrorist activities. And should I call Congress a terrorist organization? That is number one. The second limb of my argument is that these are the people who were wanting to kill the RSS head. These are the people who wanted to kill RSS head and Mr. Indresh Kumar. There is a legislature in Maharashtra legislature. There is a resolution. Their security was increased. And in spite of that, calling these people as part of RSS, I think you are playing dirty politics. You are playing really dirty politics in this country. And so far as Purohit is concerned, Colonel Purohit remained on the government job throughout. I think government has a lot to explain. What were they trying to do?
Of course. What do you mean by green and saffron terror?
And he is detaining.
I have said repeatedly, one minute. Rahul Narvekar, please don't keep saying green and saffron terror.
There is a lot.
No, 1 second. 1 second. The Home Minister of India has had to eat his words today. I have said today that there is no saffron, nor blue, nor purple, nor maroon terror. But the fact is that please don't fool yourself.
Saffron terror will not want to kill saffron heads. Please answer that.
Meenakshi Lekhi, now I don't want to provoke you further, but I am compelled to state a fact to you that you must reconsider
you provoked me enough.
You must reconsider.
Arnabji, one important point.
Can I say something? I find today.
The members of the Congress party were involved in the riot. Is the Congress party a banned outfit after that?
Can I request you,
and
please?
This is what they are doing with Hindus also.
Can I request you, Meenakshi Lekhi?
This is a Congress strategy.
Give me a minute, please, Meenakshi Lekhi. I am simply saying this. Now, if you are going to be so aggressive today, then you must also consider equally aggressively, intellectually aggressively, that Pragya Singh Thakur was the founder member of the Vande Mataram Jan Kalyan Samiti, and I will not say who was connected to whom, or who that organization was linked to. I now want to get in 1 minute. Mr. Hassan Jawhar wanted to say something.
I'm sorry. Let me answer you on Pragya Thakur. There are 4 narco analyses of Pragya Thakur, which government of India till date has not got on record. Do you know that?
Meenakshi Lekhi, please listen to Hassan Jawhar.
Please let me say something.
No, you keep
listen to Hassan Jawhar. Listen to Hassan Jawhar. You've scored a political victory. The issue is not dead. Hassan Jawhar, please.
Meenakshi, regardless of who commits terrorism, the terrorized is always the innocent. Now, by any chance, is it the BJP's case that certain Hindu elements are not involved in terrorist activities at all? And if so, what exactly do they mean by the word terrorism? What happened in Gudra? 100 people died here, 150 people burnt alive there. Is this not an act of terrorism? And if this is an act of terrorism, who committed? No. Give it a name.
Good point.
If you can. Was 1983 Sikh riot an act of terrorism?
Don't justify riots. Don't justify riots.
That's what I'm
Don't justify riots.
Don't single out an particular episode.
Don't justify riots on the news.
83 Congress members, senior leaders of the Congress were involved in these riots. Can we ban the Congress party as a terrorist outfit? Can you blame an organization? Can you blame an entity because members of them are involved in some kind of an activity?
Hear him, please. 1 minute.
Well, we have the director of Intelligence Bureau saying that the Intelligence Bureau director said in a conference of police chiefs that they are investigating as many as 16 cases involving these fringe elements. Now, we did not object. Earlier, Mr. Chidambaram said much the same thing. So the fact remains that there are people who are involved in terrorist activities. I, as a Muslim, readily admit that there is a section of Muslims, fringe elements of Muslims are involved in terrorism. Call it by any name. What problem do you have in admitting that equally there are Hindus involved in terrorism? Why argue about names?
Rahul Ishwar. Rahul Ishwar, who's not the politician on the panel, is responding. 1 minute, Meenakshi Lekhi, let Rahul Ishwar come. Rahul Ishwar, what problem do you have in making such similar admission as Hassan Jawhar says he is willing to admit? It is not about religions. First of all, there is no Hindu terror, Muslim terror. But there are individuals from certain communities who have their independent links to terror. Nobody's making a stereotype. Yes.
Arnabji, I am an Indian first. I can proudly say the strength of a chain lies in its weakest link. If there are any weak links regarding our path, we should not shy away from introspection. But that doesn't mean there are people who are posturing for vote bank politics. I am sad to say this is making Hindus and Muslims enemies to each other. This is using some certain instruments of retaliatory extremism or response and using it for vote bank politics.
Solid point.
That is the argument.
I want to get Zafar-e-Ab Jilani in on that, because that's where the real issue is, Zafar-e-Ab Jilani. That in the run-up to the 2014 elections, unfortunately, political parties will use these issues, these phrases, these wrong statements, wrong words. They will use it politically to polarize the people. That's the real worry, isn't it, Mr. Jilani, on both sides?
Exactly.
Yeah. Of course, I agree with you. And that is why I said that such statements are issued for one reason, to please one community or one section. Then this apology is tendered to please other persons who are somewhat reluctant to come. But in the meantime, I would like to say, to submit before Madam Lekhi, that what she has said, that one affidavit filed by somebody will not help in any way in deciding the case. She knows very well that an affidavit being filed by anyone...
Let him complete, Meenakshi Lekhi. Let him complete.
That affidavit is of no use. Either he is an accused or he is a witness. He has to be tried in cross-examination, and then if he stands to that, then only it is of some value, not conclusive value. So don't think that the charge sheet being filed by any NIA is of no use, while one affidavit is of any use. Therefore, don't try to defend such persons who have been exposed and who have been caught by this NIA.
That's not the issue, but yes, he's made a point. That's not the issue we are debating today, but he's made a point. And I made that point to you as well, Meenakshi. Don't quote selectively from affidavits when the case is much bigger and then you're holding up the affidavit and saying that's the final truth.
And if without break, I can answer this.
Briefly.
Charge sheet also does not mean conviction. Number one. Number two, there are 3 charge sheets filed on the same issues. First by the ATS, which was again run by the Maharashtra, Rajasthan and Andhra Pradesh, where in all 3 states Congress was as the ruling government. Same case, after ATS there is a CBI case, and CBI has filed a charge sheet, and post that there is an NIA charge sheet. So based on these facts, nobody is getting
That's
convicted.
all right.
Let me tell you
That's
that,
all right.
number one.
That's all right.
Number two, and even Pragya Thakur cannot get convicted, and this I am giving in writing today.
Whether she can or not is a procedure in court. You cannot decide that today. She is the prime accused.
I want to tell. No,
you cannot decide that today.
I requested you to give me time.
Yeah, but
again, you're not giving.
You
Again, you're not giving because you will not allow me to bring the facts on record. I want to bring the facts on record. I want to tell people who are misled. I want to tell people that when you call somebody, say Abhinav Bharat and Dayanand Pandey, etc., there was a computer seized. There was a plan to kill Mohan Rao Bhagwat. There was a plan to kill Indresh Kumar. Where is that computer? Why has no case been registered till date, in spite of the fact that their security was hiked? And there are 4 to 5 narco analysis done on this lady till date. No report has been filed in any court. There is a narco. I am telling you, I want to bring these facts on record. On Samjhauta, this very government has given 3,500 pages of docket to Pakistan. Where is that docket?
Meenakshi Lekhi, you have to look at this from a non-political lens. You have to take away the BJP spokesperson in you when you talk about these issues.
I am too much of a nationalist to talk more than required. I am too much of a nationalist to speak more than required. But please believe me, when I say on the same case there are going to be 3 charge sheets, nobody gets convicted.
Well, I'll tell you, there's a 4,000 page.
This is exact.
Meenakshi
Listen, I am sitting with papers, which papers I don't think any of you have read. And you are not demanding from the government what government should produce in public view. Government should bring Nagori's confession in the public view.
So I just will say this.
United Nations Security Council's
I will say this.
Which again they are hiding.
I will say this, Meenakshi Lekhi, that's not the issue tonight. But will you stop looking at issues politically is the equally big question
when you
tonight.
say saffron terror, you see, you work for the same organization.
I have not said saffron terror.
You? Tell me that.
I reiterate, I have not said saffron terror.
At least Mr. Jilani and another gentleman, Mr. Amir Rasool, probably was trying to say the same thing.
No, they were not saying saffron terror.
I think they need to understand what the fact is, how things have happened.
No color. No, you are putting wrong words to me.
I agree with that statement. There is no color. But why are you dragging the name of RSS then?
No, I never said RSS. I said there are some organizations. You have come with a predetermined thing that you
don't have a judgment or a verdict on Sadhu Pragya or any of that
for everybody.
But we seem to have already pinned them.
I have one question. I have one question. In my innocence and my complete lack of knowledge about how the government works, I have only one question. Why is the BJP speaking in such detail about this issue and not speaking about Abhishek Verma and his links with Augusta Western? I put that question out. We'll also see.
I'll tell you. You want a statement on Abhishek Verma? I am making a statement on this channel right now, which I would have tweeted in a while later because I was trying to read up. And the statement is Abhishek Verma's Verma Trust has close working relation with Sonia Gandhi run Nehru Bal Samiti, which is running certain schools. So I think if CBI wants to investigate, even that link should be investigated. And I'm so speaking.
You cannot put. I think you are just
I'm not making accusation. This is on Wikipedia.
You are talking something which doesn't have relevance.
This is on Wikipedia. I am not making any accusation.
You are
I'm sorry, Rasool Sahab, this is on Wikipedia. And as a true investigator, I would investigate.
Well, that is your point of view. I don't know.
You cannot drag the name of Sonia Gandhi into this. We are talking about Saffron debate, and I am telling you very clearly there is no color.
Okay, gentlemen. Okay. What Meenakshi Lekhi says.
This is available on Wikipedia.
I believe.
I believe
that the facts that Times Now. I believe that the facts that. 1 minute, gentlemen. 1 minute.
I'm not passing any judgment. I'm sorry. If it comes across as a judgment, it is not. I'm saying as an investigator, it should be investigated.
I have reason to believe that the research done by Times Now is slightly more trustworthy than information available on Wikipedia, and I hope, Meenakshi Lekhi, you agree with me on that. If that is your party's official position, maybe they will reflect it tomorrow.
You wanted my statement, I have given you my statement.
We will take the story forward. But thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for debating with me on the Shinde, regretting the remark, regrettably late. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.